Okay, so one more quick little tip on online visibility and getting your information out there. And that is, don't be afraid to put your best content out there. I know this seems counterintuitive because you don't want to give away the goods. So I think that a lot of people out there have this fear that if they say too much, if they give too much information, then the person that they're talking to is not going to buy. And yet, I have seen the best success stories come from people literally teaching people everything they know, just from A to Z, everything. Just lay it out there for free and be like, you can do this too. Just follow these steps. I will walk you through the entire system. Boom, 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 boom. And people go through this process of getting all of this information for free, and then they'll jump into a $5,000 program or a $10,000 program because it's working with you, it's the hand holding, it's the accountability, it's the ongoing support, it's the community, it's the feedback, it's the coaching, the guidance, it's all of these things to ensure that you don't just watch this video on exactly how to do everything, but you actually implement, that you overcome the stumbling blocks keeping you from moving forward, that you continue to move forward, that you have an end goal, that you have an end date, that you're working towards. So you're actually building up to something. That, and you're selling yourself. Because I can guarantee you, as much as you've focused on how unique and special you are, and that's why everybody should buy from you, guess what? There's probably a million other people out there just like you selling the exact same thing. But you know, the very thing and the only thing that is unique about you, it's you. They are buying you. I have had wonderful information come from somebody that I think is very annoying. Something about them just rubs me the wrong way. And I didn't buy the program. Their training was wonderful. The information that they were giving was wonderful and useful and relevant. But I couldn't see myself in an ongoing coaching program with this person because, you know, maybe you don't like their voice, or you don't you don't like the way they look or the way they talk or the way that they sound conceited or whatever it is, right? Yeah, it could be a million things. And it could be very superficial. You could say, "Oh, I don't like this person because they remind me of my, mother-in-law," or whatever. Right? It could be anything. I don't like the color of her shirt. The reason why we don't buy things is very superficial sometimes and emotionally based. And that's another reason why the amount of information is kind of irrelevant, because we buy based on emotion. So what you really need to do is you want to make sure that you're giving them a good experience, because if they walk out of a meeting with you, or a webinar with you, or a, you know an online live, or whatever content they're pushing out, and you walk away from that with a good feeling, they're going to want to come back and get more. They're going to say, I want more of that. Because what we'll do is we'll make decisions based on emotion, but then we'll back it up with logic. And I've seen this so many times, and it's very transparent. at least in some cases, many cases, that somebody did a very, what's the word? They made an impulse purchase and then they backed it up with reasoning and logic. They did something that, you know, maybe it was an impulse buy for something they didn't need, but they're going to justify their actions after the fact. So that's really where that information component comes in, is after the fact. I also have seen many people put out the exact same stuff, the exact same content that's in their courses, they put out on social media. And when asked why they do that, or if there's any repercussions from doing that, they said no, they still want the VIP experience. So now you're selling them the VIP experience. You're not just providing them information. In fact, let me tell you something. We are not in the information age. At this point, we are in the information overload stage in our life, in society. We're in an information overload. There's so much information out there. We are saturated with information. Any of these programs, you could probably watch YouTube videos to learn how to do this for yourself, because somebody out there is providing this information. What we're in right now is we are in the attention age. You need to grab people's attention, because once you grab their attention, then they're going to listen to what you have to say. They're going to make decisions about whether they like you or don't like you. And they'll maybe buy something from you on an emotional level, or on an emotional basis. So keep that in mind. Your information is probably not unique, and maybe you came up with something that you think is $1 million idea, but I guarantee you somebody out there has that idea. Okay. And guess what? Even if you do have a $1 kajillion idea, it's going to be worthless to you unless you can get buyers. And how do you get buyers? Awareness about you, about the existence of your product or service. So awareness and attention is what you really need to be focusing on when in your marketing efforts. In fact, the information is almost irrelevant, but the content that you put out there does have to have the right kind of information to be relevant to your niche and to your target audience. So that's the challenge here is to focus in on one piece of knowledge, hone in on one specific type of thing, the category of information. You're curating the information, you're curating the knowledge. It's less about the information itself and more about that framing of that information, because that is what is going to attract the people to you. So I hope that was helpful. Thanks so much, and have a great day.